I'm sitting on the ground. I don't have a co-person with me. It's just me. And wouldn't you know, it's after Daniela has left that now we've got like some, I'm not going to say decent weather, but like okay-ish weather. Could I have made an effort this morning? Well, it's not this morning, this afternoon, and brush my hair? Maybe, perchance, possibly, but I didn't feel like doing it. However, yes, Daniela, you are indeed here in spirit, and Cece is also here. Let's see if I can, as you can see. Oh, there, yeah, she's really annoyed because basically I have my laptop on the coffee table and I had a cushion that was there that Daniela was using for her feet, and Cece has basically decided that is her cushion now, so I had to move her from that, but now she's gone over to my space on the couch. Yeah, she's like, I'll follow your scent, mama. That's not weird at all. Sue, my love. Janet, how are you? Sheila, hello. Daniela is here as well. How are we all doing? I've got a cup of tea in a very cute mug. Also, I couldn't find Cece yesterday. Turned out that she was hiding in Daniela's room. So, yeah, couldn't find her forever. Hello, Terry. How are you? How's it going? You're horizontal, Daniela. I'm very jealous. Yes, I'm just watching Cece groom from over there. Roisin, hello, don't worry. Thank you so much for hopping in. Godiva, how are you? Seriously considering ice cream for breakfast. You know what, Godiva? Ice cream is a fabulous breakfast material. You know, you got your dairy in there, and depending upon the type of ice cream that you're going in for, you know, you're going to have varying levels of protein. If you went for a more fruity ice cream, who knows, you might even have some vitamin C in there. It's 9 degrees Celsius here. Ooh, it's funny, like I can never conceptualize Australia as hitting that sort of a temperature. I would think of it as being like very warm, but it is your winter now. So that is fair. I kind of can't believe that we're at the end of July. I'm like, how do I only have 1 month of leave left? And I have 1,000 things that I have to do, and I've got basically none of them done. Yay! James, hello! You're listening through Daniela, but wanted to jump on and say hello. Hello! I have a T-Rex t-shirt on, and I'm very pleased with it, and I hope you all are too. And as I said, I have tea. 0.3 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm going to ask a very ignorant question because I've never been to Australia. Oh my goodness, sounds so stupid. Does it ever snow there? And if it does snow, what do the koalas do? Because I feel like that is not an environment that they'd be that happy with. You know, it just seems a little bit strange. Oh, if you like lives, my lovely gal, Wilma Fingerdew, who isn't here right now, she might join later, who knows, she has a live over on her channel, so it's the Wilma Fingerdew review, over at 6 p.m, so do have a little gawk at that, it'll be a nice one. I do plan, once I've had my grocery shopping done, to go and look at it, because yes, I did go grocery shopping yesterday, but I was so tired I forgot to get a bunch of things that I meant to get, which is mostly I forgot to get the cat's chicken. Yes, I am that cat mother. I do buy them chicken and boil it, even though I am a vegetarian myself. Tanya, how are you? Right, we might as well jump into this. Quite a few of us are here. I just figured I did not have the time to film and edit releases and rants. Koalas aren't normally found in snowy parts. That's what I was thinking. They wouldn't be able for it. Is Darcy in full revolt over lack of chimkin right now? Yes, he is. He absolutely is. He's fucked off for like ages. And I'm like, oh, I'm very sorry. But I also think he's kind of like a little bit unsure of what to do now that you're not here. Because he's definitely like, he wandered around and was like yowling yesterday. Kind of wah, wah. Which is such a great little cat sound. But I think Darcy's funny because he won't act like he like loves having somebody around, but he will not run away from them. That's the show that he's comfortable. But he was definitely looking for Daniela yesterday, as was Cece. So apparently I'm fucking second fiddle. So there you go. Oh, you described that sound. So that is literally what he sounds like. Daniela can like confirm. He literally goes around going, wah, wah. And at ridiculous times. Then I actually looked at Cece there, and her reaction to the wah wah wahs was like, what is going on? So yeah, he's a little demon child, but I love him. He's ridiculous. He's the best boy. And I do have more visitors coming over the next like few weeks, so he's going to be absolutely yeah, Cece does honk. She goes, and she's so cute. She's just there grooming. She's been extra clingy, Daniela, since you left. So once she had a good sleep in your bed, she just basically attached herself to me for the rest of the day and was like, no, we're here together forever and always. Okay, so there was like stuff this week. Massive thank you to everyone who tagged me. You are fabulous. Trax, how are you? Yes, cat sounds are indeed the best. So thank you to everyone who tagged me. I so appreciate it. Thank you to my YouTube community members. Look at how professional this is. Oh my goodness. So worth the YouTube member fee. But I do know that Claire did indeed get her Moira corn palette, so I need to do the next giveaway because it's fun. Okay, let's just fucking get straight into it, lads. Right, I'm gonna put my leg here because I can't be comfortable. I'm never comfortable. Everything hurts. Beauty Bay, we talked about them last week and they're back again. And here's the thing, if you look over at their site at the moment, there's a few other things that they're coming out with. So it seems like they're adding in some lip stains and bits and pieces. But I kind of thought that this was the one to kind of, the text is mirrored here. Oh, good. So as in, do you see it normally or is it like not the correct way? In which case, I don't know what to do. And I don't know how to do it. And frankly, we don't need to worry about that. No, it's backwards. That's okay. You don't need to see it. I will explain it to you. That's just there for me. Right? This is the Beauty Bay. It's the Glide and Line shadow sticks. So there's 3 shades. There's Shimmy, which is a cool bronze shimmer, Moody, which is a cool purple grey shimmer, and Sultry, which is a wine matte. They're €10 each. But can I just say, here's the kajigger. I'm gonna go here, right? €10 each. €10 each. Or you can get the trio for €35. I was so confused by it that I even took a fucking screenshot of it and was like, that does not seem correct. Also, if you want to follow along, go down to the description box. The PDF of this is available. So it is all there if you just want to like scroll through. I was like, so wait, I get 3 and pay you an extra €5 for the fucking honor? Absolutely not. It does not add up at all. I was like looking through it, kind of going, are they trying to say that there's something else that's in this? No, it's just the trio. It's just the trio. And like that, look, there it is. The sticks are €10 each. Anyways, let's go back to them. They look fine. I actually don't hate this. But can I just say, my conceptualizations of Beauty Bay, I think, have somewhat altered in the last year or so. Like, they were once like my top student. You know, I'd be like, yeah, you're doing the best. And now I'm like, you're just about passing the course. So, you know, it's okay. We're doing what we can. So I'm like, this is not, you could have given me worse. And I'm okay with this. Maybe they were originally a 4-pack. And the 4th shade is just in our minds. I see that kind of thing more than I should. Fucking same, Terry. It drives me nuts. Shade number 1 is my favorite. I agree. I think this is the most interesting one. Do we get a fancy presentation box to add to our collection? A la Glam Light, you know, when they do their things and they're like, here's an extra $10 to get it in a nice box. And I'm like, what the fuck is that box made of? I'm sorry. I do still keep some things that come in like pure boxes if they're like really, really nice. Very rarely now, because I'm like, oh, I really should be recycling this. And let's be real, Beauty Bay ain't gonna give you something like wild, right? I do think, and maybe I'm whatever, it's a bit strange that they're all €10, like including number 2, which is that wine matte. Why is that the same shade? Like, why is that the same price? I think I'm just being very pernickety at this point, but I do like that shade. I think that's actually quite nice, and I could see some use out of that. Am I going to go on to Beauty Bay and pick it up? No. When was the... Can I just ask? Can I poll people? Yes, I can. When was the last time that any of you ordered from Beauty Bay? Because I personally, I'm struggling to remember when I last did. It's an unofficial poll. I don't have anything to actually, or is there a thing that I can put an actual poll in? Because that'd be really exciting. No. 2 years ago, Terry. Yeah, fair. No, I wish there was an actual poll. Tanya's never ordered from Beauty Bay. Track says, I'll stick with Wycon and Kiko ones unless you give me some sparkliness. Don't see myself getting an eyeshadow stick from Beauty Bay. Honestly, good. Janet, over 18 months ago. Sue says, I've never. Daniela said, I bought my kimchi powder backups like a month ago. Okay, so not... Yeah, but nothing new or fancy. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think they're losing interest. This is why even I'm like sitting here being like, it's okay. Because I think my expectations around them. You ordered their newest palette, Sarah. Do you like it? Has it arrived? Are you enjoying it? It's not for me because like I have way too many palettes. No, I'm not going to say way too many palettes. I'm happy with all of them because they did do a declutter. But I know I have way more than one human being should have. So I'm being a little... All right, I'm going to say that I'm trying to be a little bit more whatever, but actually I've been really stupid and bought a lot of stupid shit for myself that I shouldn't. At least 6 months ago, and I don't feel the urge to get anything new. Fair play, Tracks. I bought my ABH palette from there a few years back. Fair play. Yeah, I think the likes of like Cult Beauty, Sephora, even Boots are just outrunning them at this point. They have way more brands, way more interesting, better deals, better customer service. It just, yeah, they exist as a background character. I completely agree. And it's really interesting because they once were like a big thing and now this is what they're doing. I don't find it wildly interesting. I don't hate it, but I don't find it wildly interesting. Like I said, that shade is the most interesting to me. But outside of that, I don't care. And we shall move on with our lives accordingly. Glam Light, haven't talked about them in like a hot second. This is actually a collaboration with somebody called Douse. I will say I don't know who they are, but this is the first time they've done a collaboration with somebody that isn't an IP in a really, really long time. Like they've done Michaela, etc. So it's nice to see them actually doing a collaboration with a human being. So this is the hottest makeup collection. That's what they're saying. It's available right now. You can get the full collection for $152, which has $179 value. That's with the PR box. If you decided, no, I don't want a box, it's $143. So you'll save yourself $9 if you don't want a fancy box. There's a palette for $35, Snatching powder for $24, a blush trio for $20, DSL lip kit, which I have to say, kind of enjoy that. That is $25, Putona lip kit for $25, a mirror for $22, and a mascara for $18. And this is the thing. So like I said, if you want to spend the extra $9, it's for that box. That's a $9 box right there. So I don't get it. I could maybe get it if it was like an extra like $3 or something, but $9 seems a bit expensive. Maybe I'm just a bit whatever. This looks so bright and fun. It does. It's different. The only reason I'm still checking for Beauty Bay is because they sometimes have their 25 to 35% off of things. I agree. That's a smart way to do it. I normally get my Danessa. Oh, you got the new Danessa sticks on a big discount. Ooh, I ordered the Danessa sticks on Sephora and I'm still fucking waiting for them. It's ridiculous. Never ordered from them. Fair enough, Tanya. For ages, Glam Light wouldn't come to Ireland. I don't love the Glam Light formula. That's interesting. It seems to be one that like a lot of people like, but it depends, I suppose. Oh, sorry, I missed that deal. I like the look of the palette. Ooh, Trax and I want those Danessa sticks. No, I didn't. I resisted the sale. Well done. Hello, Katie. How are you? I'm on Sephora. I have Danessa as one of my loved brands, so I get 10% off of them. So I bought 2 of the sticks, and I'm still waiting for them to arrive. So hopefully they will arrive, and if they don't, I'm going to fling myself out of the window, which is far more dramatic than it actually sounds, because I'm on the ground floor. Also, it's very sunny, but I also kind of can't draw the blinds, because then we'd be sitting here in the dark, and I just can't be bothered to sort any of that out. Let's talk about the palette first. Right, I'm going to say something that sounds a little bit weird, because it's me. Does this give, and I mean this with the greatest of love and respect, does this give anybody else old school BH cosmetics? Danielle, I'm doing the hand. You handed it over to me and now I'm doing it. Because Danielle, whenever she's explaining things, she does this. And now apparently I've picked it up. Does this remind anybody else of the old school BH cosmetics? I really miss BH cosmetics. Fucking Revolution went off and bought them out, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna keep it alive. No, you're not. You've stripped it for parts and you didn't even use the appropriate parts, you bastards. So this is the palette. It's $35. I don't mind this. I think it's quite interesting. I like that you know you have your neutral columns here. You have like a very warm, colorful bit here, and then you have your cool toned ones. I also like that there's a little cat in there called Persephone, and it's P-U-R-R-S-E-P-H-O-N-E. It's just that one there, and that just really, it tickles me. I like a good little pun. It pleases me. It's a big colour story for sure with range. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. So I feel like for $35, it's not like the absolute worst. Tanya, me too, but I'll wait for reviews. And Danessa has sales in September and for Black Friday. So there's no rush. I'm okay with my matte Wycon sticks. Yes, I will say over on Danessa, I know I'm chopping and changing, but it's because I'm looking at the chat. I saw Danessa had the whole lot of all 10 of the sticks for $320, which actually feels like decent value when you think about it. That's $32 per stick, and each stick is like essentially 2 shades, so it's like $16. So I was like, okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's $320. It's not like a half $320. But if somebody was looking to have the whole lot, it's not the absolute worst. Can I just say, well done to Glam Light, because one of my biggest critiques over the last several months has been they have not been fucking swatching things over on their website. No tracks, never apologise. I'm autistic. I love a little divergence in conversation when it has to do with my special interests. Myself and Danielle, I can't have normal conversations. There's always like a twist and a turn, so I appreciate that. So Glam Light have historically not been great at putting up swatches of their palettes on the website, but it does look like they're actually attempting to at least do something on that now. They did this for the Lord of the Rings, which I really appreciated, and now they've actually done swatches for the Douse palette. In saying that, when I see it all together, I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe it's just because they've like so heavily swatched it that I'm really struggling to see it. I think something like this you need to see under like lots of different lights so that you can pick up on like exactly what the sparkles are. And I'd like to determine, Joe, my love, how are you? I'd like to determine if those shimmers, like, are they something that I could have as a transparent base? I love a little transparent base shimmer, right? To just pop it over. It just looks so beautiful. So I'm kind of excited about that. I low-key hate the colour story of the Douse palette. Do you know what, Joe? Right, in the palette, it looks okay, but there's something, I'm going to sound really mean, and this is why I'm so glad they swatched it. Yes, I agree, Janet. The red background is kind of confusing me. Seeing it swatched out, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this is all quite mid-toned, right? And yes, there's a few like light shades, but not that many, you know? Oh, Sailor, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. I'm keeping an eye on this. The swatches look good, but yeah, different lighting would be helpful. Yeah, because for me, I just like to know, because some of those shimmers, it could be that there's different sparkles in them. Maybe there's pink leanings, maybe there's blue leanings. But like, do you see how they're all coming off as like silvery, but I can't quite tell the distinction between them. But there must be a distinction in them. Otherwise, why would they put them in? And as much as I find swatches very helpful, because I do think that they help to make very informed purchases, I think that the swatches need to be done to a particular standard. I personally find that having colored backgrounds confuses me because it does impact the way that you're viewing the rest of the colors. Either have a black background or a white background so that people can really pick up on things. It just, I don't know. And even they could have like a little video of the swatches. Deandra Nicole should do every company swatch. Deandra does very, very well, to be fair. It really puts me off. The minute I saw the colors, I was like, ugh, what is this? It's just not for me. Do you know what? I agree. Like, I think it would be hard for me with my preference to create a look, but I can't figure out why. This is it, Tanya. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't figure out what it is about this, but in the pan, it looked like, can we go back to the pan? That looked kind of interesting. Like I said, old school BH, not a bad one. Not one that I necessarily want and or need, but not a bad one. Then we switch over to the swatches. And maybe it's just me. I'm going to switch it back again. But it doesn't even look like it's from the same palette, you know? Yeah, tracks. This could be two distinct palettes. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I'm a bit confused about it. Yeah, Terry, it's not just me that seems to think this, but I'm also going to say it's not for me. It's also the lighting. I agree 100%. Lighting is a major thing. Tina, I meant to say, right, when Daniela was here, and Daniela will confirm, you might remember that you sent me a lovely box of things, and one of those things was actually some toys for the baby cats. And one of those toys is this white little bird chicken thing that had like a bell on it. And it is one of Cece's favourite toys. Every time that Cece was playing with something, it was that toy. So I just want you to know that 2 years on, it's still her favourite toy. So I just felt the need to say it because you popped up and Cece's in my direct line of vision. So there you go. The only thing that makes sense in this collection is the blush palette. The blush palette is beautiful. Now, I will say, I don't know Douse because I'm an old person and I have too many jobs, and I find it hard to keep up with everything. I'm glad people are getting a colourful release. Glam Light always has bad swatches. Yeah, it's not a great swatch, to be fair. Maybe the two first columns and then the rest. I agree. Yeah, exactly. The difference between the swatches and the package layout is throwing. That's it. It's really confusing to me. Kelsey, my love, I was just thinking about you the other day because I was wearing, you know, the t-shirt that you got me. It's like Cats Not Kids, and I was wearing that the other day, and I was thinking of you. Funnily enough, we ended up sitting next to some kids in Supermax, and Daniela got a good laugh out of me sitting there with a Cats Not Kids t-shirt. Maybe the brand gives full control for the colour story, so he created something he liked. I hope so. I mean, obviously it's his jam or it's his creation. I'm not gonna, you know, shit on it. It must be such a big thing to have it. It just isn't for me, but granted, you know, in the same vein that I might come out with something and somebody else is going to be like, oh, what the fuck did you just do? That's so gross. Totally fair. We're all going to have very subjective things. As long as he loves it, isn't that the main thing? you know? It just isn't for me, and that's totally fine. I do think the price point isn't bad, like $35. It's not bad at all. Love you too, Cassie. The snatch powder thing. I don't know. I don't know. Right. So they just put it up onto the website. This is my, I'm going to be very whatever. They just put it up onto the website, and I'm like, I need to see this in operation. You know? I'm just saying, right? You're saying it blurs and smooths, it brightens instantly, and it locks in your look. Cool, cool, cool. Love that for us. But can you show me the evidence? You know, I want to see it working. And I want to see it on a diversity of people. Age, gender, skin issues, all of that sort of thing. Because otherwise, I don't know. You know, and Douse, I've seen him, and he seems to be quite young, so he probably has wonderful skin where everything works. So, Kelsey, I'm inclined to agree with the whole red background. It just doesn't do it justice, you know? And maybe it could be one of those ones that it looks so much better when it's all done. You know, when I do my swatching Sundays, I have my white desk underneath. And if it wasn't a white desk, I would have had like something else to kind of make it less jarring, so that you could make out the colors a little bit better, because I think it's the colors that are around you do shape the way that you perceive those things. Hey Trax, ça va bien? See? Good old français. The blush palette looks so pretty, but it's not what I would expect looking at the cover. Yes, let us talk about the blush. Can I just say, Trixie? Does anyone else see Trixie? Because I see Trixie, right? If you showed this to me and gave me absolutely no context, didn't let me look at the, the outside of it, I'd assume it was a Trixie Cosmetics blush palette. Because Trixie has also done this sort of thing, and these are the exact sort of shades that Trixie would go for. So I'm just like, hum. And also, want to see it on the face. I want to see it on the face. Show it to me on the face. I could make this into a track. I also see P. Louise. I don't disagree with you at all. I hate it when they say it blurs and smooths, but then show it on someone perfect skin. Yes, Joe. Yes. Show it on diversity of skin, for the love of God. And they can't all be 20-something people. I'm sorry, but there are people in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s that love makeup. So why not have it there? I said this to Daniela, because myself and Daniela do one day want to have our own brand. And I'm like, we need to have diversity on this sort of thing. We need to have people with like rosacea, with eczema, with PCOS, with all sorts, and see how this looks on them. Oh, Sue, to be fair, Trixie's packaging would be prettier. Yeah, essentially. I'm really enjoying that. Cassie, how was the Chicago trip? I'm very nosy. Yeah, the blush, it's all right, but sure, could have been better. This is the DSL lip kit. In case you don't know what DSL is, may I be the one to tell you? Dick sucking lips. Yeah, I'm very happy to be saying that at this time on Saturday afternoon, but it's okay. I agree, Joe. She did have a palette that was identical to that. It feels strange to me, a little bit strange. Now, the DSL lip kit, I don't hate it. I actually think this is quite nice. However, how many times are Glam Light going to come out with the same shades, right? I want us to collectively, maybe not now, but as part of our homework, go back over the lip kits that Glam Light have released over the last 2 years. How many of them look like this? That give the exact same thing. Yes, could have been a Valentine's release. I totally agree. The hearts and everything, it just feels a bit weird in July. But then again, I think July is a strange month. It's a bit all over the place. Oh, I was just thinking a lot of like revolution based stuff, you know, 4th of July, 14th of July for like Bastille Day. There should be like a revolution palette, you know? I feel like brands should take note of fun lip tones from brands like Necromancy, Mob and Melt. 100%. I want some interesting things. I've seen this already, and I've seen it from Glam Light before. You know, yeah, July is a very strange month. And then this is the other one. It's, I can't even remember what it's called. It's this Juanita or something. Anyways, it didn't make much of a fucking impression on me because it looks the same as everything they've done before. Now, again, I don't want to, like, you know, piss on his parade because, you know, well done him. It's a whole thing. But I wonder how many options they're giving him on things, because I know they've kind of said before that they don't really want to do anything beyond nude because they don't sell very well. And I'm like, maybe we could at least try, you know, push the fucking boat out a little bit more, you know? I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm just reading through these. Hey Tanya, I was shitting myself going through border control, but my mom's surgery went well and she's good to go now for 50 years. She's 70, so good to go until she's 120. Fantastic. Glam Light wants to sell to as many people as possible, so I don't see them taking a big risk. And I don't love that. You know, I prefer a brand that knows who they are, which is, I think, one of the issues around Glam Light, because they do so many IPs, I don't know who they are, right? They don't have a distinct personality, they don't have a distinct ethos, and I can jam with a brand way more when they're coming out and being like unapologetically themselves. Even if it isn't my vibe, I love it when they're like, nah, this is my thing. But if they're just being like, sales is our thing, that's all we want, I understand that from a business point of view. No business goes in and kind of goes, I hope I make a loss. But when it's your only thing, this industry is meant to be creative. You know, it just makes me sad, is all I can say. Overall, I'm not impressed. Joe, honestly, same. Also gives me a light cool tone for those pale girls, and some darker tones for darker skin. It's always a mid-tone orange. Sailor, you're so right. Like, it's wild. There's so many potential lip combos. And even my constant search for the correct taupe shade. And there's no, like, reds. I love a red. I live for a red, a blue toned red. Num num num. I love interesting colors. I got like some really cool like purple lipsticks there from like MAC. And I'm like, yeah, can we not just have a bit of fun, a bit of joy? At least it's not Halloween horror themed. Oh God, yeah, we had too many of those. So good about your mum. Yes, I've stayed strong on my no buy for a full 7 months. Kelsey, fair play. We love that for you. The Glam Light Ice Cream Palette is one of my faves to this day. So they have the capability to be original fun. This is the thing. Like, it's in them, so I don't know why they're not doing it. It just drives me a little bit bananas. Then they have this mascara, which they've very helpfully not shown on the eye. And by the way, I did check the website. Now, I did put this together yesterday. Maybe they've since added it, but I'm like, I don't know what the story is. They say it's infused with lash-loving ingredients like vitamin E, jojoba oil, and pro-vitamin B5 that help nourish, protect, and strengthen lashes while improving wear and texture. And it's jet black. Why could it not be like that fun purpley shade? That would have been cool. Is that just me? I'd have thought that would have been really cool. I don't need another fucking black mascara. There's like a million of those. You know? I think I'm being a bit whatever. And then there's the mirror, because Glam Light can't come out with a collection and not do a mirror. How many of us have more than 5 mirrors at this point? And do we need more than 5 mirrors? I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a gorgeous face. But I don't need that many mirrors. I don't need every collection to come out with a mirror. I also think that most of these things should have like the option to have the full collection minus the mirror, because I think I'm just maybe being whatever, but like, we don't need that many mirrors. Maybe it's just me. You need one for each room in your house. Yeah, how many rooms do I have? I have the dining room, the kitchen, the sitting room. Will we count the hallway? Downstairs guest bedroom, makeup room. I didn't even count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count the utility room. 5, 6, 7, and then upstairs. Oh, the bathroom. 8, 9, 10, 11. So like 11 rooms. Nah, I'm not gonna have a mirror for each one. That'd be mental. Do you remember though, like during the height of Jeffree Star, people would have like Jeffree Star mirrors all over their like walls. I think we might have like slightly lost our minds, you know? I'm just saying. Tina, yeah. Same. I'm like, why do I have so many mirrors? How has this happened? Lol, and we use one mirror or a small palette instead of those 5 mirrors? Sailor, how fucking true is that? How true is that? I'm swimming in mirrors. I have so many mirrors. I'm like, why are they all here? Why do I have so many mirrors? I had one mirror. I'm a lazy bitch. I have one mirror on my bed, on my bedside locker for like if I ever need to like pluck my brows at night. Don't even ask. I'm disgusting, and it's best we just kind of leave it at that. They try to be JS with the mirrors. Absolutely. You have a house with 5 mirrors. Yes, but do I have a house with 5 ovens? Our mirror is not where the brand started. I thought the light in the glam. No, Alisu, actually. So Glam Light started off with like these painter palettes, and there was a lot of like food-based palettes. They had like pie palettes and stuff. It took them a long time before they came out with mirrors. Where they really started to take off with mirrors was when they did things like the Scream collab. That was their big one. But no, they didn't have any bespoke mirrors. They had like mirrors in the palettes, but they weren't. Yeah, I don't know where the LITE in Glam Light came from, but it wasn't from mirrors, to the best of my knowledge. I could be completely wrong, right? I could be completely wrong. I have at least 10 pocket mirrors, and I didn't throw them out because they were gifts from my dad. Oh, keep those. Those are sentimental. They're staying. All these 1x hand mirrors are useless for far-sighted people like me. Oh, girl, I'm here with a mirror to my face like this, being like, I think I can see it right now. I'm blind. It's ridiculous. Sarah, you've missed feck all. Alice was right. Mirrors and selfie lights. Was that it? Jesus. Well, there you go. Shows what I know. I will say the mirror is so ugly. I feel like the ghost face and Jason mirrors were so cool. I don't know if it's the colours or if it's the white base colour. It just puts me off. I get you. Glam Light began with a bendy LED torchy thing. Well, that just goes to show. I did not know that. So thank you very much, Alisu and everyone else. What would I do without you? I'd have absolutely no fucking clue. Did this collection have a bag? No, it didn't. Actually, strangely enough, didn't have a bag. I don't want to say it's a missed opportunity because they've done too much. Look, can we all collectively agree there's not much in this collection that's wildly interesting, at least to us, and that's okay. If you do love it, I'm delighted for you, you know. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting tracks. I had no idea. They only came into my, like, Glam Light only came into my periphery when they came out with that, like, paint palette. So it just goes to show I missed a bunch of stuff, which is fine. It is what it is. But this is why I love you guys, because you have all of that collective knowledge, and I just go and use it, and it's very pleasing to me. But yeah, this collection, don't give a shit. Okay. I only recently got a Tower 28 blush from my lovely gal, Daniela. And when I tell you, the formula on this is, I don't know what's in it. I mean, I do, I can look it up. But like, I assume it's magic. They need to take whatever is in this and make it into an actual like blurring face powder. It is phenomenal, right? I do think they're absolutely right to extend this. This is a collaboration with Tony Bravo. They have 2 new shades. There's like, I think it's a strawberry daiquiri or something like that. And they are $22 each. Price point of that, really, really damn good. Really, really, really good. And they are soft blur, etc. I am livid with Daniela because she gave me one and then I promptly went off and bought 2 more. They're so good. They're so good. I wish they created the best, but I'm just wondering. Yeah. Ooh, my shady mind thinks they're not banking on this collection to sell a lot and that's why it feels weird. Quite possibly. Quite possibly, Tracks. Oh, don't tell me how amazing the blush is. Okay, goodbye, Kitty. It's a terrible blush. Terrible, and it definitely doesn't blur and smooth and hide your pores. It definitely doesn't do any of those things. I got the like pink one from Daniela, and she asked me what shade I wanted, and I was like, I want the bright Barbie pink one, please. And it is, I could actually spend all day swatching it, just the actual. I have links down below anyway, if anyone wants to. Disgusting affiliate links, as you guys know. But it's so good. Myself and Daniela were actually swatching it even just the last night on my bed, and I was like, oh my god, these are so good. But these shades are done in collaboration with Tony Bravo, and they are gorgeous. There's Sunset Shirley, which is a warm raspberry, and Downtown Daiquiri, which is a bright coral. These are going to be so gorgeous on deeper skin tones. Case in point, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at her, look at her, and go have a little look at the PDF, because it's all obviously compiled there. If you can't see it well enough here, that's totally fine, understandable. It's all down there for your viewing pleasure. It's the same, by the way, as what my YouTube community members get every, is it Thursday night or Friday morning? I tend to make it available to you guys so you know what's going to be made available. Douse has 900,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah, no, Kelsey, I'm the same. Barbie Pink Danessa Blush makes me so happy to use. Too late, I'm on Sephora. Tracks, cancel your cart now. Yes, Tracks, be the voice of reason. Help us. And Daniela was telling me there was like a purple one that they did that was only available in America, which, how dare they? How dare they? They need to make sure that these are permanent. At the moment, they seem to just be limited edition, which irks me. Look at that orange. Look at that, look at that. It's beautiful. Actually, I'm going to be weird and I'm going to bring you up to my thing there. How beautiful is that? Like, look at it. Look at on her. I mean, she is absolutely a stunning human being, but like, that is rude, no? And $22. I don't understand. Right, so this blush has this amazing formula, very, very blurring, blah, blah, blah. But then their face powder doesn't have that. And I'm like, just take the technology from the blush and put it into the powder and make it be a thing, please. Thank you. Is it that hard? I don't know. I'm not like a chemist. So also the bruises on my legs are finally going. I was staying at Daniela's and basically bumping into everything because I'm extremely uncoordinated. I had bruises all over my legs, and the bruises along the side of my leg have finally gone, and it's just the gross dirty one that's just there. So enjoy a flash to a bit of skin. It's like we're on an OnlyFans channel over here. Speaking of Glam Light, I have that red and that orange in my Garfield face palette. Not the same formula, of course. Yes. Good point. Good point. I will say I bought that just because it was Garfield. Because I love cats. Purple blush is so pretty on my Victorian ghost skin. Still looking for a replacement for an Ancient Clinique one. Oh, it's so hard to find these ones because sometimes they put too much pink into it and it's like, ugh. Well, I like the Tower 28 so much. I have backups of my 2 favourite shades. And all I can say is Daniela knows what she's talking about. She's a makeup artist, and as she knows, she is a maguru. Whenever she says something about makeup, I'm like, well, I shall just blindly follow you, and I will do that particular thing. And she's never steered me wrong. So there you go. Yeah, they look beautiful. I don't know if they're going to come to the UK, Ireland, etc., what the story is, but I am intrigued. I I know what my skin tone is. I know that I'm very, very pale. But I also know that this formula is very blendable. So I could put like some of it like there and then just ombre it out. It'd be fine. Maybe I need somebody to talk to just be like, stop making foolish decisions, you silly, silly goose. In which case, honestly, fair. Let us talk about cosmic brushes. So this was available yesterday. You can use lots of different codes for money off. I used my friend Tia's code. It's Tia10 for money off. I can't even remember how much it was. I'll be honest with you lads, I was in a daze. I just thought, and I was like, well, I also got, they had this gorgeous like sage beauty bag that they've had out for a while, and I really wanted to get that. Don't need it, but I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound. Joe, honestly, it was an instant buy. When I tell you that I was counting down to 6 p.m. like a fucking weirdo, being like, it's 5:58, it's 5:59. I'm being like, okay, right, boom, and I went straight on there. Yes, Janet, it is definitely neutral, but can I just say, an interesting neutral. Like, look at those shades, look at those shades. Look at them with your eyeballs. Are they not, and a little bit of warm, delicious. I will also say Daniela got this in PR and she sent me some swatches yesterday as I was getting ready to buy it, and I was like, well, we knew I was going to get this anyways, so yeah. Do I need to do a swatching? There's a million things I need to do a swatching Sundays on. Does anyone know anyone who's like a genetic scientist who could clone me? Because I feel like I don't have enough time. I am time poor, and I have a million things I want to do. It's extremely frustrating for me. I know we probably don't need a swatching Sunday on this, because to be fair, they do excellent swatches on this. Lol, you just blacked out and bought it. Sailor, yes, it's best not to just £25. I think you're right, Trax. Yeah, it's about that much. I am so excited about it. I ordered and other stuff I shouldn't have. That's all right. No judgment here. It's neutral in the right way. It's not just another carbon copy. That's what I'm thinking as well. Yes, I bought this. I absolutely love Cosmic Beauty. I can't say no to them. Honestly, I really like them. I love it, but I wish the first row wasn't there, so it's past. Trax, can I just say, well done on deciding not to go for a palette that isn't 100% for you. Because if you're looking at that and kind of going, okay, that first row isn't for me, that is a quarter of the palette, you know? And yes, it is affordable, but having a really discerning view of things and making sure that you're just not buying things to go along with, I don't know, the general status quo, that's good. Well done you. You know, following your thing and what you know will work for you. Because I know some people wouldn't be into those tones, that they're like, nah, those bright tones, they're a little bit too much. And that's totally fair. You know, go for what works for you. It swatches deliciously, and I'll be using it to do a look tomorrow. Oh yes, have a little look at Daniela's Instagram and her TikTok. She's Cosmic Peaches. She's fabulous. She'll do some nice things. Grungy Bish will return. Absolutely. Your pink blush talk just made me put on pink blush right now. Yes, Mimi. Yes. It's not even very like subtle prompts towards doing things. Is my tea slightly cold? Yes, but will I still drink it? Yes, because I am Irish, and I also have like packets of Tato directly in front of me. I get why people love it though. Yeah, absolutely, fair enough. See, and I don't know about your husband, but mine's a terrible enabler for me buying way too much makeup. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. As long as they support what it is that you're interested in doing, then, you know, fair. Where did my... Fair play. Oh my god, my brain completely glitched. We'll get there eventually. It's all right. I'm into magnetic palettes now, and I think I can dupe it. Trax, fair play. Honestly, well done. And gave the Serenity and have the Serenity palette in the eyes. Fantastic. I spent weeks swatching and organizing everything I had, so now it's easy to take a step back. Trax, you fabulous human being. I am in awe of you, and I think that's wonderful. I am still sitting here being like, I'm so excited for mine to arrive, but that's because I'm a more is more is more is more sort of person. I am also the person who has Sylvanian houses all over my actual house, because that's another special interest of mine. So best to I don't ever want to prompt somebody to buy something that they don't need. So I do want to kind of like give that like encouragement for when people are like making clever decisions for themselves. Like, très bien, love that. Neurodivergent special interest, unite. Yes, pretty much. Tracks, whenever I'm tempted, I just reach into my collection library in my mind and realize I can dupe just about everything. Fair play, Kelsey, loving that. You're going to Japan in September? Take me with you. I mean, you can't, but you know, that sounds like so much fun. Yes, Sylvanian families are so cute. And can I just say, I have the best little Sylvanian family houses. They're so cute. There's lights and everything. That's amazing, Tracks. I need to organize my singles better. Yeah. Anyways, I love this palette. I ended up buying it. I'll be that surprised. I basically love everything that I've gotten from Cosmic Brushes, the bastards. And they're one of the few brands that I think I've gotten into that very unhealthy completionist mindset. And you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna question myself. It's all grand. We then have Moira Cosmetics, and this is their Icy Glow Jelly Sticks. They're 6 shades. They're €13.95 each. They say that they're a lightweight buildable formula with shimmering water-based pearls and micro glitters to give your face, body, lips, or eyes a dazzling glow. They're infused with aloe vera extract designed to help soothe and calm the skin while adding a playful pop of shine. So it was a little over a year ago that we saw these kind of really kicking off. Dose of Colour started them. Then we started to see the likes of She Glam, Juicy. Gloss Gods did some recent ones, which are stunning, really annoyingly beautiful. And now we have these. So kind of interesting. Oh yes, Mimi, aren't you allergic to aloe vera? Or which one is it? There's something that you're allergic to, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong, but I think there's something that you're allergic to. Love jelly eye sticks. Sick of jelly face sticks. I find them garbage. Yes, garbage. Now that Canada is in full-on recession, I'm reluctant to buy anything, though I am looking at a new sofa. Oh, a sofa is a good investment though, Kelsey. There's a whole store of them in Shibuya if you ever go. Ooh. Oh, that sounds nice. I spent too much time doing a spreadsheet and photos with everything I have. So if I don't act on it, it means I lost my time and I can't accept that. Oh my God, I'm so excited that there was a spreadsheet. Oh my God. That's so exciting. Oh my God, there's an actual spreadsheet. Sorry, I've gotten really weirdly emotional about that. I love spreadsheets. Tracks, that's fucking amazing. I love that so much. I know you have ADHD, but this is really like giving me a weird amount of joy, and I'm so excited about that. I really want to do that. Oh, I should like take a sabbatical from work and do that myself. But I know me, I'll start that and then wander off into something else. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Some K and C Beauty ones are with aloe, and yes, I knew it was aloe. I knew there was something. I knew it had to be something. Okay, I feel good. I need a database for my makeup collection right now. It's Google. Yes, Mimi, I remember you saying that. I love how organized you guys are. It's like fucking amazing. Really pleases me. And then I'm just there with my ridiculous collection being like, I love it all. Like, no, Teresa, like, calm yourself. So these are the 6 jelly sticks. The price is pretty decent, €13.95. I quite like Moira Beauty, Moira Cosmetics, whatever it is that they're called. So this is Candy Cloud. It does look quite nice. I'd like to see it on the eye. They've just kind of swatched it on the face, but I mean, that's just me. Tracks, that's genius. I had to take pictures of all of my holiday decor for that reason, because I like to get one new piece and don't want to dupe it. Oh my God, I'm loving how fabulously organized all of you guys are. It pleases me. Rosé Pop. I feel like these are more like highlighters. They're saying they're for the face and the eye, etc. But I'd like to see them on the eye as well. Like they're chubby sticks. So not quite, you know, small enough for the eye. Or maybe that's just me. I mean, you could also go in with a brush and then, but that just seems like a lot of work to me. We have Peach Sour. Looks grand. You know, they're fine. €13.95. Then Sunny Drip. again, looks decent enough. Frosted Caramel, and the last one then is Gummy Grape. I'm not so sure about that one, particularly on the deeper skin tone, but I do appreciate that they're at least swatching it and showing you on that. Now it does look like they've just like streaked it on, so I'm like, can you show it blended so we know what's going on? Like, that would be really helpful for us, please and thank you. I don't think it's bad. Like, the price point is decent. If people are looking towards those things, it's not a bad one. Tracks, I'm an accountant, I'd have to break my palettes down to cost per pan or gram. Oh, I love that. Oh, I have a spreadsheet, but my drawers are a mess, so I can't judge anyone. See, I have everything organized. Actually, for my YouTube community members, I need to do a live with you soon, just like a hangout, and I need to do another giveaway. So I'll show you, because I've kind of organized my collection, and I can show you that. It's still a little bit chaotic, but there's a little bit more structure to it. I feel like Moira isn't as interesting as they were just over a year or two ago. Yes, I agree. Do you remember when they came out with their duochrome eyeliners? That was the peak, and it feels like it's not as interesting as it once was. Now, I think their price point is really good, and the quality is really good. It's just the products that they're coming out with aren't quite, I feel, hitting the collective consciousness, and that's okay. It's not a big, yeah, it does look very Makeup Revolution, doesn't it? I think it's like, how do I say this? The gaudy packaging. They would be better quality, obviously, than Makeup Revolution, but like, yeah, it's okay not to be perfect. Yes, I need to remember that. I say that to my clients like all the time. I saw Moira becoming the new BH, but they need to bring more fun options back again. Yes, I also can't remember the last time they did an eyeshadow palette. It's been a really long time. Anyways, I think they're okay, not bad for the price point, but I've kind of got enough of these jelly sticks, and I think the new ones from Gloss Gods in particular are probably the peak that I've got. So I'm like, I think I'm all right for now. I think I'll be grand. We then have Glamatrix, and this is their Bonfire palette. It's €51.95. It's a 12 pan palette. There's 26mm magnetic pans, so you can remove them if you want. High quality PU leather packaging, 24-month expiry, 6 velvety mattes, and a mixture of iridescence, shimmers, duochromes, and multichromes. So there's pressed pigments, and they're Wildfire, Bonfire, Smoke, Pine, Inferno, and Blaze. And then the eyeshadows are Kindling, Evergreen, Cinder, Embers, Ashes, and Smolder. I will say, when I saw this initially, I did kind of go, oh, I love the look of this. Oh, because obviously, like, look at this bit. Look at that green. And I love how when you're looking at it, it's essentially 3 quads in the one palette. You know, you have your cool tones here, you have your kind of warm, fiery, almost Christmassy tones, and then your greens. The more I looked at it, the more I was like, come on now, Teresa, pull yourself back. Let's lasso you. Now, I love it, and I think the price point isn't bad at all, but it's also like, oh, I'd have to pay the shipping from Australia, and I just cannot be justifying that at the moment. Can I also... Right, I have a horrible confession to make, and I need you to not judge me, and I need you to hold space for me. I need this to be a supportive space. It's hard to say. I went on to Adept Cosmetics tracks because I'm a fucking idiot, and I bought the EBE palette, and I bought the Emo palette. All the time being like, oh, I'm not going to get it. But I realised the tariffs hadn't come into place yet. And I was like, do it now. Do it now before the tariffs get in. So, yeah. Basically, I think it's very important to remember that I'm a human being, and I am a hypocrite, and I will often say things, and sometimes I will change my mind, and I want to be transparent with you guys. So I am saying this because right now I'm looking at this and being like, oh God, I don't need this. I'm okay. It's beautiful, but I don't need it. But we don't know. We don't know what future Teresa is going to do. Future Teresa is a law unto herself, and she is most dangerous when it is payday from job number one, because that's where the bulk of my income comes from. And Danielle, God bless her, was like trying to be the voice of reason and being like, no, just wait, think about it for a few days. And I just was like, oh no, whoops, it's done. And you could tell Danielle, I was like, oh dear, what am I going to do with her? The silly little goose. But I was just like, oh, if the tariffs aren't here right now, and I want them, and I figured it makes more sense for me to get the 2 palettes in the one go, because then I'm paying for the shipping anyway, so just get the 2 together. And my logic does not really make mathematical sense, but it makes sense to me. And yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, right now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I love it, but I can't justify going off and getting 1 palette. So if Glamatrix comes out with more palettes and kind of goes, hey, we have these, I'm not going to say, oh no, I'm never going to get this. Realistically, I know I could dupe this. I'm trying. Realistically, Teresa's having a breakdown live. Realistically, I know I could dupe this, but I really love the brand and I really enjoy them. And there's just something so pleasing about them. So if they do come out with something again quite soon, I might just justify it in my own stupid little brain and be like, yeah. I also feel this is more Christmassy than it is necessarily, you know, summery, and that's okay. I enjoyed emo. Haven't purchased EBE yet. Okay, Janet, I feel better about getting the emo if you've enjoyed it. I want the Bonfire, but I recently bought the single agate Temptation palette, and I already had the Lethal Avatar Earth and palette, so I can't. Well done, Alisu. Like, well done. I won't judge you. The fear of tariffs is playing on everyone's mind. Genuinely, I'm like, when are these coming into play? What's happening? I don't know what's going on. I'll never forget past Teresa not reminding present Teresa coming to mine. It was like, I have Stacey in my luggage. No, you don't. There were a lot of brushes, people. There were a lot of brushes. I didn't quite conceptualize how many brushes there were. There were a lot of brushes. A lot of MAC paint pots. The EBE palette has some of those vibes, just not as obviously autumnal as Bonfire. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll be okay. It's fine, Teresa. It took you the best part of a week to crack. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. Impressive for me. Because I'll also say, you know, one of the things about being autistic is like that hyperfixation on something. So even though I may be talking about something else, on the back of my brain, this thing that I fixated on is still like mulling on over there. So for most of the week I was going, EBE palette, num num num, num num num. And it was in there and I just couldn't get it out of my head. And now it's out of my head in a more, I'm able to breathe kind of a way because I bought it and it's coming to me. So make that make sense, said the psychologist. Shipping and customs are a killer. Yeah. Oh, they absolutely are. But I could justify it when I was getting the 2 because I was like, it's not as bad when it's 2. It's spread. There's a place for the thing that you're obsessed over for weeks, sometimes months, and now you feel better. Yeah, genuinely, I'm like, I feel like I can't concentrate until I get something sorted. It's like, some people would say like, oh, you're really impatient. And I was like, no, but it's like I have an itch that I can't scratch. So it just drives me bananas. The mental charge is real. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, this is like so off topic, but does anyone have the Beauty Moon Medusa palette? Is it any good? The color story is intriguing me. Oh, check with Wilma, because Wilma gets quite a few bits from Beauty Moon. So Wilma is actually going live today at 6 p.m. on YouTube. So if she does have it, she'll be able to tell you. She's also done a collab with Beauty Moon, so she is a big fan of the brand, so keep that in mind. Oh, Janet! Fabulous! There you go. Janet will tell you. I love that you cracked when we sat at the cafe. To be fair, I was I was quite overstimulated at that cafe. I didn't know what to do. There were children next to us. I was not responsible for my own actions. I mean, I am, but there we go. Anyways, nice palette. Linda Hallberg, this is the Aurora palette. It's €46. I feel like she doesn't get talked about anywhere near as much as she once did. So yes, Daniela, you are warm and agitated. And I found that so funny. Aurora captures the shimmer of northern skies and the magic of Swedish folklore. Inspired by the glow of the Aurora Borealis and mythical beings of the north, this sparkling eyeshadow palette brings an otherworldly touch to any look. It's 100% vegan and it's cruelty-free. It's designed in Sweden and made in Italy. And can I just say, they look beautiful. Right, this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, and don't get me wrong, that's fine. Right, we don't all have to love the same things. This is classic Linda Hallberg. This is editorial. This is a swipe over. You're going to get some really interesting pictures. It's not going to be everyone's jam, but I think this is gorgeous. And where you can really see it is when it's actually on, because that's the real proof there. Look at how wet that looks. Is it not? Just also, don't look at my arms there. Ooh, look at that. Gross. Reflecting in the TV. But doesn't that look so beautiful? Isn't it so gorgeous? She does, this is the thing, like she does those really interesting editorial stuff. It's not going to be for everyone, and that's fine. There's always like a space for these sorts of things. You know, for people. I feel like this is more for people who are really MUA leaning. Do you know what I mean? Like people who are into those editorial looks. I personally think it's gorgeous. I think €46 for those sort of formulas is not bad. Yes, it is pricey. It absolutely is. And have a think about whether or not you would actually get any use out of it. If you don't think you would, put it back. Don't go off and get it. But it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Daniela has the previous two. Alistair says she has the Medusa, but only swatched it so far. It's very promising. Love that. And I did like the tones of the Medusa. Oh, that orange is really stunning. Isn't it though? It looks so gorgeous. This is what I'm saying about Linda. Like, you might look at the palettes and kind of go, yeah, they look grand. But then when she puts them on, that's where it like transforms and you kind of see her vision for all of this. And this is where you know this is an MUA brand. This is somebody who is in the editorial, the makeup. You know, it's meant to be those iridescent pieces that are almost toppery, which I personally am really enjoying at the moment. I really love you're doing a live stream so we can hear you rambling in direct, and that is really priceless in a good way. Yeah, the amount of that I actually edit out of my typical releases and rants, because I really struggle to stay on topic. It's fucking ridiculous. My poor students. All I can say is my lecture slides, they're like written to a T so that I can stay on topic. But it's a tricky one for me. It's a tricky one for me. Anything that's a hyperfixated interest for me, I'm gone. I love the look of the Linda Hallberg palette, but I'll wait for sale. It's too expensive for what it is. Honestly, Mimi, good idea. Good idea. If you could get it, can you imagine if you got it for like 30% off? That'd be like fast math, €13.80 off. So it'd be like €32.20. That'd be fucking worth it, right? Or am I insane? I feel like that would be a good one. This community is so fun. We absolutely need a live where we just play with our makeup palettes and talk. Do you know what, Tanya? I agree. I think, because like, sorry, I'm sitting on a cushion. I do a live with my YouTube community members now. I don't put on makeup, and the reason why I don't put on makeup is I've already pointed out I'm blind, so I need like a fucking mirror here, so I wouldn't be able to read the comments, and the comments are the crack, you know? I love that. But I definitely think I want to do more of these live releases and rants. It's easier for me. I'm not having to edit for all of my Friday and Friday night. Like, I spend the guts of maybe like 9 hours editing releases and rants. Like, it takes a really long time, and this is not as onerous. I'm still like putting together the PDF, but it's not as bad. So I think I might do that like once every 5 weeks or something like that, just because I think it's way more fun as well that we all like hang out and stuff. I like that. I'm a big one for the old community. Oh, it's so pretty on the models, isn't it? It's so gorgeous on the lid. I love all the iridescent and topper shades, but I have so many. Totally fair, Mimi. And this is where, you know, you have to think about like, what do you have? Does this maybe dupe things? Hi, sorry I'm late for the live. Hope everyone was up. Nora, my love, how are you? Angela, how are you? tracks, you're right. Get that spreadsheet out. I'm a yapper. 40 minutes to edit down. I just cry. Oh, Joe, tell me about it. I literally talk for a living. I am a lecturer. Which is actually quite funny because, like, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't speak until I was like 4. So I guess I'm making up for those lost years, I guess, maybe. Who knows? Tracks, I have the sheets, but I need to sort them in IRL, or in real life, as I got more singles in. Live swatch parties. Oh my God, yes! That's what we need to do. Oh. Thought. Potential thought. What would we think about potentially, and feel free to just be like, go fuck yourself, Teresa, because Netta's welcome here. An occasional live swatching Sundays where you can dictate. I'll have a few palettes up and we can dictate. I could put a poll maybe and say, for this week's swatching Sunday, what ones do you want? And then we could do a swatching. And you know how I do the thing of like blending them? You could then tell me which ones you want me to mix with which. Now, I mightn't be able to go outside and see it in the natural light because that can be quite weather dependent, but I can still piss about with the light. Okay, we're getting a yes. We're getting a yes. Okay, cool. I'll organise that soon and we'll do that. Yes, and in the comments you can do palette pairings. Absolutely. Love this for us. Excellent, because I do like doing lives. So we'll definitely do that. So, Linda Hallberg, 'tis expensive, but you get where she's coming from. It's that whole editorial vibe. Not a bad one. Don't hate it. We then have NYX, who are doing a collaboration with Wednesday, because obviously I think it's season 2 is coming back. I don't know exactly what the story is. It's a limited edition collection. The collection includes the stained glass cheek palettes in a blush and highlight and a contour. They're $15 each. So one is the blush palette and one is the highlight contour. And there's a color shifting lip oil in the shades Nightshade, Thorn Pricked and Moon Shifted. They're $10 each. There's a Cello Vivid Matte Purple Liquid Eyeliner for $12, which is kind of cute. There's the Phone Umbrella Accessory for $15, which I don't really understand. The Nevermore Academy eyeshadow palette for $20, and you can get the full collection for $90. So this is what it looks like. I have to say, really nicely edited. There's not like 5 million and one things, which I personally appreciate. And so well done them. Not a bad one. Price point, pretty good considering they're paying for the IP. Let's talk about the eyeshadow palette first. Is it kind of safe? Yes. Yes. But you know what? Not a bad one. Not a bad one. Do I want to go in and swatch it myself? Yes, I do. Because I have trust issues. I do. I'm a terrible little goose. I don't think that's a bad one. That's $20. It does feel like it's a little bit pricier for NYX. Like that's $2.50 per shade. But obviously they're paying for the IP. It makes sense for what they're looking at there. The cello is so cool, but the rest is not giving Wednesday to me at all. Yeah, yeah. I think it's the packaging. They're very much going on the packaging to sell that. I like that collection. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it, Nora? Okay, my husband unloads the shipments for Ulta near me, and the stained glass palette is so pretty, but the inside is way less interesting than the packaging. Taylor, this is what I'm saying. I think they have put a lot of effort into the packaging, and the content's not so much. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just... Yeah, I agree, Joe. Like, if you showed me these shades and then said... where do you think this is from, or who do you think this is inspired by? I think it would take several guesses before I would land on Wednesday. Do you know? Like, it's not immediate, like maybe I'm being whatever, but like even that shade there, which is a pink, I'm assuming that's what that shade is, I wouldn't have associated that with Wednesday. And then all those neutrals, I wouldn't have associated, like maybe those 3 shades at the top. I'd have gone, yeah, that's Wednesday. But then the other 5 out of the 8 shades, so that's like 62.5% the bloody palette. I'm like, I don't really get it. And if you're not impressed with my fast math, I can bring you nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah, where is the grey? Literally. Where is the grey? Summerween. Yeah, this is very much like, I get that like Christmas comes earlier each year, which by the way drives me a bit nuts. And they're definitely doing Halloween earlier because I was in TK Maxx and they already have their Halloween stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. The packaging, 10 out of 10, fantastic. The rest of it, I think it's a bit all over the place. I think the brown palette could be a good face palette, or is it a face and eye palette? Oh, well, we'll get to that. Well, the wolf girl loves pink and blue and the other character wears neutral. So I think they want this to encompass the whole cast. Maybe that's what it is, Sailor. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like this is clean girl Halloween. Well, quite frankly, Halloween doesn't need clean girls. I can't be fucking arsed. This is the, blush palette. So they're saying this is for a face palette. Maybe I'm, no, feel free, again, to disagree. We don't all have to agree. But I feel like some of these shades are a little bit too close to each other that by the time they get on the face, they're going to look very similar. I will also say I'm irked that it's just swatched this way and not shown on the face because, again, who's wearing their blush like that? You know, show it to me on the face because I want to see what the distinctions are. It's not bad. I can see definitely the other character, you know, the as you were saying there, like the wolf girl that she hangs out with. I can see this being her thing, and it's the stained glass window. It's her side, so I can kind of see that. But I think they needed to turn up the vibrancy a little bit more. It's because she's really into color, and this feels a little bit like, dial it up a little bit. The packaging is way more interesting. I would use it as an eye palette. Yeah, Mimi, I get that. Enid is so colourful. I don't know why they didn't do a purple, an orange, a pink. I feel like there needs to be more diversity of shades. Joe, 1000%, right? If they had, say, that shade 01, keep that in. Or maybe actually have 03, have this shade in. Keep that shade in, get rid of the other shades. Add in like a really bright orange, a bright purple, and then, do you know what? No, we don't even need 4 shades. We could have 3 shades. That could be it. And if you had it so that it was a buildable, blendable formula, you could have that work for a diversity of skin tones. It wouldn't just be for like the Caucasians amongst us. If you had something that was really buildable, then oranges and purples and bright pinks, they're going to look gorgeous on deeper skin tones as well. Oh, a deep red. That could look really interesting. I feel like it's a missed opportunity. We didn't need to have 50 shades of pink. Even though Elle Woods, I'm sure, would massively disagree with me. Another fantastic autistic icon. They're all the same colour. Kelsey, aren't they? By the time they get onto the cheeks, they're all going to be the fucking same thing. Did you guys get the Wednesday nail polish collection from Cadel Lacquer? It was such a vibe. Oh, I didn't see that. Because their nails are all different colours. Like, why would you do it all pink? Exactly. If it's anything like the Beetlejuice collab last year, it'll be tiny palettes and poor quality. Yeah. They're putting all their money into the packaging and not into the actual things. Like, okay. This is then obviously Wednesday's piece, which is, I get that they're kind of going for like more contour because like, you know, grayscale, etc. Wilma, I was just talking about you. This is the lovely Wilma. She has her own live at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Do please check it out. It'll be a great time. Check it out. Bam, bam, bam. The whole thing. You know, what can I say? I don't like face palettes like this. I don't really get the point of these particular things. Who the fuck is using them? Who is buying them? Like, I could... and also, 02 looks like it's shimmery. Oh, absolutely not. No. Not with my textured skin. And my skin isn't wildly textured. So, like, if it ain't going to work for me, who else is it going to work for? I could use 01, but I couldn't use 04. Who is using all 4 of these shades as a face contour? Don't be lazy now. Come on. Do something else. I don't get this. I truly don't. Better in concept than in execution. This, I think, is nice. The little cello liquid liner. I think that's quite cool. Absolutely. Whereas the grey, they still look so warm. Joe, 100%. If I hear, and I mean this, one more person saying that something is a contour when it's actually a fucking bronzer, I'm going to lose my mind. Contour, and this is how you're going to remember it. CO, contour, CO for cool, should be cool toned, should be shadows. There should be a grey in it, right? Bronzers are warm. Yeah, that's warm. That's not contour. F off. Absolutely not. No. And I talk about this all the time. I don't want to continue to talk about it because I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again, even though I do have my own vocal stems, but they're more like, brrr. Daniela will tell you, I have some very interesting vocal stems. I feel like they could have done these as palettes and done like black, white, grey, and maybe a purplish shimmer. Joe, honestly, they kind of needed you as a creative director. I think they've gone a bit whatever on this. This, I think, is really fucking cute. Packaging, great. Lovely. Doesn't look bad on the eye. I don't hate this. Don't hate that at all. Joe, I picked up that Harry the Hunter sponge from the Beetlejuice collection. No regrets. Adorable sponge. Yeah. I just enjoyed our animal noises from one side of the house to the other. Yes. There was a lot of like vocal stimming off of each other and I enjoyed it. These are the lip oils. They're grand. They're fine. I think that one's obviously the most interesting one. That's the Nightshade one. There's Thorn Pricked and there's Moon Shifted, which I'm kind of surprised it's not like Moon Shifter, but there you go. Not very dramatic on the lips. Like that's the dark one. Like, I don't see massive distinctions between them. Like a little bit, but nothing major. I'm going to say this right now. I'm fucking sick of lip oils. Sick of lip oils. Do a gloss or do a lip. You know, give me a lipstick or give me a gloss. I don't want any more lip oils. Me, I don't. If you do, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I just can't. I can't emotionally cope with it anymore. Like I look at this, right? Look at this shade and I'm like, oh, interesting. And then that's what it looks like. Also, look at the cracks in her lips. Is it going to show up all of that texture? Jesus Christ. I will say I appreciate the fact that they're not editing it to filth. So like, well done, I guess. No, I don't want to have any more pH bullshit. pH should be banned. I've said it 1,000 times. We all have a similar pH unless you're fucking dead. In which case, I think how a gloss looks on you is going to be the least of your fucking problems. Oh, I wish the medium contour powder from VE will come in pressed form too, because loose is a bit messy. Yeah, for sure, Kelsey. The palette packaging was beautiful and the gloss in the coffin was so cute, but I was so disappointed by the like mixed glosses. I really thought we were getting a black gloss. Oh my God, can I just say, it's so fucking hard to get a black gloss. Why is it so hard to get a black gloss? Why? Not this pH again. Give me a black gloss. Joe, preach. Fucking preach. I have a really nice black gloss that I got from... Oh my God, why is my Half Magic Beauty? It's really nice and proper cool toned. If you put it, I mean, I would say put it onto like an actual black lip and have that on top and it's gonna really snatch it in quite nicely. Lip oils are just glorified, overpriced glosses. Yeah, it's just that they have more of one particular ingredient in it than traditional lip glosses, which is why they feel a little bit different. But essentially, they're the same thing. It's like... I don't care. I don't care. I love lip oils. It's the best. I want them in black, purple, and dark brown. Totally fair, Mimi. This is what I'm saying. Like, I personally don't care, but there's obviously going to be a market for these things, and that's totally fine. Maybe I'm being whatever. But even if they had, like, the same... Again, bear with me. Wouldn't it be interesting if they even just did it in like, say, a lip oil for the people who love lip oils, a lip gloss for the people who love lip glosses, and then like a lipstick for the people who love lipsticks. Wouldn't that be interesting? Maybe that's just me. Then you're kind of keeping all people happy. People have kind of got a couple of different vibes off of that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a sucker for a teeny rubbery thing that reads, "My name is Bob" at Kelsey. That was one of my favourite parts of that, though. It was so cool. I'm also sick of pH nonsense. Same. This looks so bad compared to the lipstick. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Some of the coolest things are pH. It fucks me off. Yeah. Blue and black lip products are incredible. Why not take advantage of that? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not on the pH and lip oil train too. As a big Adams family, this is not it. I was very disappointed. Same. The packaging is so slave. This is what I'm saying. They put all of their thought into the packaging and not into the contents. Lip oils have a higher concentration of castor oils. That's what I was thinking. And often silicones, just more texture. They have zero real benefits to the lips, and makeup chemists online have debunked this also. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's just more about like sensory things. Like some people might like the feeling of it more than others. This collection looks like an afterthought. They did the bare minimum because they paid for the IP, but that's it. I prefer a MAC lip gloss type gloss. Something sturdy that'll stick around longer than 5 minutes and that doesn't travel all over my face. Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. The last thing then that's part of this collection is that decorating your phone. Innovative. I don't fucking understand this. I know I'm 35, so I'm not like with the young crowd, but who's using that? Would this not like really piss people off? I'd find this so annoying. How would I? What is that? What's the point of this? Tanya, if you love the Amy Coley glosses, get a few more because she is shutting down. So get those. I don't know if you knew that, but they are. So try and get that. Also, why do we have 3 pH lip oils when they're all going to look the same? Again, thank you, Joe. Thank you. I agree. It's for the road beauty lovers. It's not for you, and that's fine. Agreed, Joe. NYX have the budget to have made them coloured lip glosses. Yeah. It's like something from Temu. Yeah. Oh, Tanya. Okay, so you do know. Okay, I didn't want to be the one kind of breaking it to you, but yeah. So it might be, take advantage and get a few if you do like them. Just saying. Right, that's that. Don't give a shit. Great packaging. Terrible execution. This is fucking ridiculous. However, only available in the US, right? So if you do love Guy Fieri and you really wanted a lip balm thing, sorry, it's only for the US people. It's inspired by the legend himself, Guy Fieri, and his special Flavortown wing sauce. This off-the-chain coral shade delivers funkalicious mouth-watering shine, which, by the way, love that as a description, a delicious vanilla scent, and a buttery feel that you and your lips won't get enough of. Product is not spicy, chicken flavoured, or barbecue flavoured. I love that they're like, we've had to explain this because other brands have done that. It's $10.49, and it also comes with stickers because you can then add those little stickers to it, essentially. So yeah, I mean, it's grand. I do think it's kind of funny. It's a little bit different. It's not the absolute worst of these sort of things. Do you remember there was like ranch dressing ones that was done with like Burt's Bees or something? That was, I don't know if it's plumping. It doesn't seem to say that it's plumping. I could imagine it being plumping. Now this Revlon thing is random as fuck. It absolutely is. I will say this cunty little phone umbrella is so funny. It is, but like, what would you do with it, Joe? How would you? I can't even imagine taking that out of my handbag and being like, also I'm really like clumsy and I will end up just destroying it. So there is that. You know, I'm in the US and I don't want this. There's a lot of things that you're getting in the US that you don't want. I feel like this is the least of the things that is foisted on the US population that you have to deal with. You know? It's just such a fucking weird one. Who approached who? Did Guy Fieri go to Revlon and go, I have an idea? Or did Revlon go to Guy Fieri? To quote Hamilton, I want to be in the room where it happens. I want to be there. I wish I was there to just see how that whole conversation transpired. Like, I know a lot of this is like cash grab, etc. Every like things of the, all of these sorts of things are cash grabs. But what in the fucking hell? These are the, by the way, the little stickers that come with it that you can essentially decorate your bullet with. It's so strange. I feel Revlon has some serious desperation to do this. You know what? Fair. The least desperate things that I've seen a brand do, to be fair. Again, I just keep thinking of, do you remember, was it Winky Lux? They did like the, it would have been about 2 years ago. They did like, was it Applebee's? The collaboration with Applebee's, and it was all like, it was flavored or scented or something. It was fucking wild. It was really, really weird. I just want to see a Diners Drive-In episode where Guy Fieri applies a load of this lip product after polishing off a huge plate of wings. Yeah, he's gonna have that gorgeous, luscious lip. That's all we've really ever wanted from this at this point. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like, we need even more to tarnish us. Fucking ew, why would I want a wing chef collab? Brilliant. Okay, just there's a lot of laughing emojis and I'm loving this for us. Fascism and lip gloss, America. Oh my God. I do feel a bit like we're living in end times and this is just the shit to distract us. You know, lambs to the slaughter, and it's like, here, enjoy your weird fucking lip balms. I guess. I don't know, just watching from afar being like, what is even going on? Revlon has jumped the shark. Look, Revlon isn't even in the water anymore. Revlon is very inland. It's in the desert. The shark is fucking miles away, right? Yeah, Revlon has lost the plot. They don't know where the plot is. Like the shark, the plot is miles away. And I don't think they even know it exists anymore. And there's a part of me that's like, maybe that's for the best. Maybe you should live in this world that you've created for yourself. It does seem like, it seems like they're enjoying themselves in like, this is weird. And you know what? Fair enough. You know, we've all done something weird at some point in our lives. There's been a desperate cry for help and or attention. You know, we've all had those weird haircuts. This is Revlon's attempt to be like, something is going on. And they just need somebody to talk to them, really. Also, that ranch lip balm was Burt's Bees, and they did ranch yes, it was Burt's Bees. But Winky Lux also did an Applebee's thing. And that was really fucking weird. There's been a few Crapplebees is so gross. I'm getting flashbacks of watching compilations of random men applying lip balms. I wonder if Guy Fieri does the same. All I can think of is that episode of Friends where Joey gets the blue lip balm and he's like, Ichiba! And I really hope they do something like that. I think there needs to be more campaigns on this. I still love Revlon nail polishes. This is the thing. Revlon is actually a pretty decent brand. Like, they do some like really good stuff. But they've kind of forgotten that and they're doing weird things. Yeah, the shark is on the moon. It's on the moon. It doesn't know where it is. It's very strange. Now, even in the water. Sorry, fell asleep. Not you. Just didn't sleep last night. This is the end time. Yeah, Sheila. Yeah. No worries about falling asleep. I had Danielle fall asleep right next to me while sitting on the couch. So I don't take these things personally. I have so much of an ego that I'm like, I'm so interesting. That if you fall asleep in my presence, it must be a you issue, not a me thing. Ew. Chili's is superior to Applebee's. I've no idea. We have Supermax. And I will say, that is elite. If you're ever in Ireland and you want to get fast food, you go to Supermax and just get yourself something from there. It's lovely. Very, very good. Revlon's cry for help. Revlon, blink 3 times if you're not okay. Does that also apply to me? Yeah, no. Oh no, I won't have Supermax for another year. Yeah, Daniela basically tried to get in a Supermax every day. that she was here. It was a very much like tell me you're autistic without telling me you're autistic moment, because it's become one of her safe foods. And she would go for the same order and I would go for the same order every time. And they're very good. They're very good. And I do have ones not too far from me, but we did manage, not quite every day. I also made her like curry and stuff, so that kept us going for quite some time. But Daniela, we'll have to get you over again, you know, and see how many Supermax we can fit into you in a day. But yeah, Revlon, very strange. Okay, this next one, I have my feelings about this, and I feel like a lot of you are going to disagree with me, but I'm going to stand firm on this, and I want to introduce it with the things that they've said. So this is Urban Decay. They said, we called out the bland, and we mean it. From nudes to vibrant glitter, we're ready to turn the volume up. Here's an uncensored look at what's next for Urban Decay. So they're really kind of going like, here's what's happening. Before we drop something new, we're upgrading a few faves. Our icons are being reinvented to push performance to the limit. Makeup should be fun, glitter, color, performance, artistry, keep your eyes peeled. And look, that's one of the like, you know, the jelly type things. They said, we see the comments and the requests. We're hitting the archives to bring back your faves. You know the ones. We're ready to shake things up and put self-expression at center stage. Anti-bland is not just a look, it's a mentality, right? Because Urban Decay have been criticized for being bland for quite some time. And I've been kind of saying that of like, where's their artistry? I remember them back in 2018 and this is the stuff that they did. And I think sometimes we get so focused on, this is the stuff they did in 2018 that we think we want them to copy and paste the stuff from 2018. For me, that's not what it is. I want them to have that mentality of pushing boundaries and doing something a little bit different to other people. It's not about going backwards. It's about going forwards with that really innovative sort of a mindset. And I actually think this is what they're doing with this. So this is the, what was it called? It was like the Shapeshifter or something. Yeah, Naked Shaped Multitasking Eyeshadow Palette. There's the Warm palette and there's the Cool palette, and they're going to be $56 each. It was dropped over on their website, but it isn't over there anymore. Right. I know a lot of you are probably going to be sitting there kind of going, oh, this isn't that interesting. But for me, I think this is kind of interesting, right? This is because it's a multi-use palette with lots of different formulas. This is more innovative. This is the sort of like shapeshifter palettes that they had a few years ago that people were like dying for them to bring back. And this is what they've done. They've got a fucking cool toned palette and they've got a warm toned palette. I will say, cool toned palette is a bit of me. I like that. Those are looking really interesting. And we're looking at different formulas here. So I don't hate it, you know? Like, this is what we're talking about. They're saying that there's mattes, there's glimmers, there's creams, and there's shimmers, and they also have some new 24/7 Glide on waterline pencils. So I'm kind of excited about that. I am. I don't really want the warm one that much. I want the cool toned one, but that's just because I'm going through a thing at the moment. Challenge accepted. Acceptable Canadian fast food, A&W, Canadian owned, and actually resembles real food. This is the thing, Kelsey. I want food that actually resembles real food. I'm excited for this, and I was so sad to see the hate. And yes, I put a rant on Instagram about it too. Yeah, people are so harsh on Urban Decay. Lots of their stuff, both current and past, are really good. Terry, yes, it's delish. Kind of reminds me of Anastasia, though. I can see that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because you also have to remember Anastasia was like at the height at one point. The 24/7 pencils are iconic. I love the colours, however, I absolutely hate the pans. Joe, I'm inclined to agree. I like uniformity of pans. That's just my thing. I'm also going to say, this is one of my critiques. If you're going to have creams, it would be helpful to have like a plastic flap just over so that the powders don't get into them, so that there isn't that sort of contamination, and to kind of preserve it. That is just my thought. I don't love the shape of the pans. However, I like the direction of this. And yes, it's neutrals, but this could be used for contour, for your highlight, for bronzer, for anything, and then onto the eyes. So I think that's actually what a lot of people actually quite like. So I don't think this is necessarily a bad one. And if this does well, there is a rationale for them to do something like this, but with more colourful tones. Like they did Oh, what was the shade? They had like a whole face palette and it was all, I have it. It's in my fucking collection. I think, was it like after, no, it's not After Dark. Fuck me, it's like a purpley one and it was really, really cool. And there was like a mirror in the middle. They could do like a blush toned one of that. I think that could be really, really interesting. They took the Nakeds, the Shapeshifter, New Cream products and Moondust and put them into one. Thing is, if these do well, I'm positive with good reinforcement, they will release more colourful. I agree, Daniela. And I can see room for more things in this. Like I said, that kind of pinky tone, fucking, it's driving me nuts because I have it in the other room and I know where it is, but I'm not going to go and get it. Just my brain isn't working. But they could do like a blush toned one where you, I mean, this is also liners. You have to remember that as well. You can use these as liners. Like it is literally a one and done type of thing. Teresa, get out of my head. Honestly, we've been sharing the same brain for quite some time now. I think the packaging is a letdown based on what the statement they made. Trax, I'm going to agree with you here, right? I think there's a lot that's positive here, but it's the packaging that is somewhat not quite my jam. Right, Mimi, here's the thing. The urbandecay.uk site is gone. That's no longer the thing. But you can get them on things like Look Fantastic, Cult Beauty. They're actually all listed down below in the description box. Everything is down there. Yeah, they'll be on Beauty Bay. I will say, caveat, do you remember several fucking months ago I talked about there were some really interesting 4-pan Moondust palettes. They were like blue toned, lavendery toned. They looked really interesting. They still haven't come to Europe yet, so they fucking better get that. But I do like the look of this. I think this has a lot of what's the word, a lot of potential. I just don't like the pans. But to be fair, whatever, if the thing is there, I think they'll take that on board. But these are, like, I could see this being used as an all-in-one sort of a palette for a lot of people, you know? Like, yes, it's your standard sort of neutral thing, but it's the fact that you can do a lot with it. You can line, you can contour, you can bronze, you can highlight, you can do your eyes, you can do most of your face. The only thing that you would need to add to these palettes in your makeup collection, if you wanted to travel, like this is a really great travel palette, would be your foundation, your blush, and I do think they'll probably do a blush toned version of this, and your mascara and lipstick. There's not a hell of a lot else that you would necessarily need. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is fucking good. And for $56 to have everything in there, I think this is good. $56. So that'll be about €50 for us. I actually don't feel that's too bad. Maybe I'm insane, but I don't think that's bad at all. I'll personally reserve judgment until I test it out and see the pan sizes in person. It might be easy breezy to use with minimal mess, but I will obviously be honest if it doesn't work well. Yeah, I totally trust what you think of it. For me, it's just, I look at it initially and I'm like, I don't love the way the pans are laid out, but who knows, it could be grand. 7 is just a hot shade in both palettes. Yes, so 7 is that one for that. And let's look at it in the other one. That is a universal shade that you could use to like really blend out stuff in the crease, but also it'll be really nice as a bronzer. Also loving that you guys are using the PDF. That's the whole point of these things. I like this. I think there's a lot of potential here, right? I think it could be quite a good one. Are the creams the middle circle ones? I assume that they are, Kelsey. It looks like they are. Yeah, like even if I'm looking at it there, it does look like they're the creamy bits. So again, I think they needed to have maybe like a little flap over on top just to preserve them, but that's just me being whatever. Joe, I'll be buying both palettes and they are releasing more cool toned pencils and I'll get those too. Yeah, oh I know you will. Waiting for reviews before I make my judgment, but on first look, the pan layout is horrible. I agree. I think if they were all uniform square palettes or square pans, then this would be like a 10 out of 10. But they've done, yes, the Kristen Leanne, do you remember there were circles and then there were half semicircles and there were, I think there was a triangle in that. I have that palette as well. Yes, they have done this before. So it's kind of, again, that's them kind of going backwards to like the nod of the old school things. $56 is expensive, but I'm totally fair tracks. I will say I'm an idiot. And I'm also, do you remember, I'm the idiot who went off and bought the Sugar Rock palettes and they were like €130 each. So my perception of these things is different. So it's all relative essentially. I have a multi-use cream palette from NYX that was €10 cheaper and I got it with a big discount. Totally fair. Totally fair. Urban Decay have done weird palettes. Yes, I would say the packaging is not it. I feel that they need to just commit to the black and purple packaging. Yes. But hey, MUFE did multi-use products for a similar price point, so why not for Urban Decay? Absolutely. I got the brown NYX in a lucky bag and it's really good. Oh, I'm so glad, because the one that I got, it was just, there were some issues with it. Maybe with the batch, because Daniela had the same thing and we had the same batch code, so who knows. I think there's room for something, and I'm excited by this. But they did also say that they were revamping some things. So they have their setting sprays revamped. There's the all-nighter waterproof glow setting spray. You can get it in travel size for $18 and the full size is $34. This is coming the next couple of days. It says up to 24-hour wears, waterproof, sweatproof, fade-proof, transfer smudge, crack-resistant, long-lasting glass skin, and ultra-fine mist. It instantly cools skin with temperature cooling technology. Use it to prime, to blend cream and powder together and set makeup. So it's like a multi-use thing. They have Power Set Film Polymers. It helps to lock in makeup. There's niacinamide, which will help brighten the complexion, and goji berry to help boost radiance. And then there's the all-nighter waterproof makeup setting spray, again travel size and full, and again same sort of things of like up to 24-hour wear. The key ingredients in that are Power Set film formers that helps to lock in makeup. There's glycerin, which helps hydrate and grip makeup, and temperature cooling technology. And then there's the all-nighter waterproof matte setting spray, which will be good for those of us who are oily. I'm not oily, very dry skin, so I think the glow one would be more for me. The key ingredients in that are rice powder, which helps to blur and control shine, Power Set film formers, and temperature cooling technology. So this is essentially it. All new look. I'm excited by this. I think this could be quite interesting. This is the glow one. You can literally see the without and the like, the before and the after. There is a little bit more of a glow, but it isn't like intense glow. So I kind of appreciate that. I want to know if Skindinavia still make their sprays or if this is a totally new drug. I want to know that too, because that is quite interesting. I'd love Urban Decay to go grungy, their version of Girl Cult for Katie. Shut the fuck up. I would love that. I would love... Make it happen, makeup gods. Make it happen, because I would love that. We can see even here, this is like the traditional all-nighter, but they've refined the formula so that it gives you longer wear. So this is your without and this is your with. Looking pretty good. Again, have a little look at the PDF for more information. And then this is the matte one for like oil control, etc. So you can see it is very mattifying. I do appreciate that they obviously have somebody who has more oily skin. You know what? I'm intrigued, and I'm liking to see that they're kind of going in that particular direction. So not a bad one. We have to talk about Fenty, right? I've been giving out about Fenty because I'm like, you're doing the same things over and over and over again. But you know what? I like some of these. Not all of them, but some of these. So we're going to talk about this briefly. It's the Diamonds collection. So there's the Diamond Bomb All Over Diamond Veil for $43. And they come in the shades Lavender Lover, which is a periwinkle sparkle, Pink Ice, which is a pink opal sparkle, and Trophy Wife, a metallic gold sparkle. They also have the Gloss Bomb Sticks High Shimmer Gloss Stick, $25, and that comes in the shade How Many Carats, which is a platinum sparkle. There's the Body Lava Body Luminizer for $59, very expensive, and that comes in the shades How Many Carats, and it apparently has a floral vanilla scent. And then there's 3 different shades of shadow sticks. They come in Miss Prissy, which is a lilac sparkle, Champion, which is a champagne sparkle, and How Many Carats, which is a platinum sparkle, and that's coming out August 1st. So these are the kind of diamond bombs that we would say. I think they're gorgeous. Now, do I want the gold one? No, because I am the shade of a ghost, but I like these two. I think these two, very interesting to me. And can we look at them on the face? Yes, we can. Shut the fuck up. Look at how gorgeous that is. Can be seen from space. I like it. Are these all formal limited edition? Oh, that is a good question. I don't think they are. I think maybe the gold one looks very similar to the one that they did with, it was a specific IP, but it wasn't an IP I follow, so my brain didn't take it in. But it was a very similar gold. It would be worth checking out. They might have changed the names. I will say, I know I don't have this in my collection. I know I don't, right? So that's mostly what I'm thinking. I'm also buying that Lavender Fenty Diamond Bomb. I recently binned the one I got from my ex, so this feels symbolic in a way. Yes! The lavender is a new mini. The Lavender Diamond Bomb and Amethyst Balm Stick will be mine. I agree, Katie. I'm with you on that. The gold is new as well, unless the Arcane was... I think the Arcane was... That's the one I was thinking of. Arcane. Arcane was similar, for sure. Probably not a dupe, but similar. So that's Trophy Wife. And then this one. I want it. I want it. Pink eyes. Looks beautiful. Didn't they do the cold one in the beginning? They might have. They might have. Very good point. I know I definitely don't have that in my collection. So that's mostly what I'm kind of like looking at and kind of going, could be for me. Could be for me. Daniela, are you newly single? No, Daniela is not single. No. It's like her old ex, like from like 5 or 6 years ago. So, you know. No, James is still around. No. We love James. James is still there. No panic. Everyone breathe. They're still together and they're a very good couple and they work together very well. They are goals, quite frankly. Yeah. I think it was very important that we didn't panic there. No. Daniela's not single. I am, but she's not. That's how I announced that. But there you go. But we won't talk about that any further. Then there's the lava body thing. That's $59. Personally, I wouldn't use it. I'd just take the highlighter and just shove it all over. And then there's the lip gloss Kajir. And this is the lip balm. Oh my God. Like, look at it. Okay, let us. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my God. Yeah, you'll be mine. I'll have you in my fucking life. I'm very excited about that. And then the shadow sticks. They're fine. I can see a place for them for some people. And it's funny because I have obviously been like, oh my God, the jelly sticks. I just don't feel that these are quite interesting enough for me. Feel free to disagree. It's not for me. And that's all right. No, I mean old crappy ex. I'm still with wonderful James. Yes, and James is very wonderful. He's a bad man. Yes, James, you're a very bad man. Bad man. But a lovely man also. Very multifaceted, etc. But these are the eye sticks. I don't care about those. Flea market, my love, how are you? You're just getting to us towards the end. So feel free to watch back if you're interested. It's just a bunch of nonsense. However, flea market, we have decided that we're going to do a live swatching Sunday at some point, and I'm going to put a poll to you guys so that we can do a swatching Sunday on whatever it is that people have decided to be the thing that we will swatch. So yes, there is that. Anyways, very last thing is Blend Bunny. We knew this was going to happen, and this is the Ellis Atlantis second collection, and it's coming out August 1st, 2025, and they're going to have the full reveal of everything sometime today. Maybe they've done it by now. I don't know. I haven't checked. It is what it is. But we knew it was happening because they changed their logo. Cosmic Brushes does the same thing. That's how you know that something is in the water. It's a volume 2. But they've also shown us this video, and it seems to be of a new palette. Enjoy. It's in black and white, but it does look like we're getting some purpley tones. You know, it's looking decent. This will be bought immediately. I love the do you know what? I know a lot of people. I know Wilma loves it. Are we all sure it's toppers? I'm excited. This is what. Okay, here's my thoughts, and feel free to disagree. But I think they'll have one palette that's all toppers for the people who want the toppers. And then I think they'll have one pretty much primarily matte palette. so that people who just want the mattes can have that. And I think that would be very, very smart, because they did like a sort of a highlighter topper thing single in their previous collection. So it could be quite interesting. Are we sure it's toppers? I'm excited. All shimmer. I think it will be an all shimmer. I think you're right about Glen Bunny. I'm afraid this is an all shimmers palette, but this is what I'm saying, Wilma. I think they'll have one. This is my belief, that there'll be an all shimmers palette for the ones who fucking love the shimmers, because people do love the shimmers from Glen Bunny, and then there'll be an all matte palette for those who like that. The toppers are amazing, to be honest. Mine are basically panned. I'm mad because I'm still waiting for the Longing and the masterclass to get to. I know! I think I got the Longing on Glisten Cosmetics. I'm fairly certain I did. I did, because I was like looking at it and kind of going, I want to paint my house these colours. And I was like, is that normal for me to, can I go to Woody's? Which Daniela kept calling Randy's. But I kept thinking, could I go to Woody's and be like, please colour match? But yes, it's a T-Rex. Isn't it a brilliant t-shirt? I love t-shirts. I love silly t-shirts. The thing that you must know about my style is it's very weird and confusing. I dress like a 4-year-old sometimes, and then sometimes I dress like an 80-year-old, and then sometimes I dress like a complete goth. And then I also have a dress that had naked ladies on it and rabbits humping each other that I did wear to Daniela's graduation. She did okay it. I didn't just kind of go and be like, but it was a brilliant one. So it is. I woke up for your work. Jen, my love, I'm still pissed that I missed you when you were in Ireland, so you're going to have to come back again, and I will feed you cake and such. Sorry for the spelling, Kelsey. I told you James is terrible. Well, you know, he pretends he is, but we know he's actually lovely. I mean, we'll see about this. I'll do this in greater depth next week, back when I'm doing a fully edited releases and rants. But I will, like I said, do a live Aurora, I think maybe once a month type thing, because I do enjoy these. I had Barney in Bondage shirt. I love this. That pleases me. I'm wearing a Godzilla shirt right now. I fucking love that. That's pleased me. No end. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the story is with Glen Bunny. But yeah, this was my favourite comment, and it was from the lovely Janet, who said the one where C Beauty is the new indie and the old indie just releases neutral palettes. Because I was like, yeah, kind of feel like I need to retitle it, because that's essentially what it's got. I didn't see any C Beauty this week that I was wildly interested in, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe next week that's what we'll get, but also I kind of hope not, because fucking C Beauty are taking all of my money. Wouldn't, because I did order the 2 Sugar Rock palettes. Wouldn't it be, I do need to do a swatching Sunday on those. Definitely. But I'm wondering if, look, I'll put it to you guys once I have a few of these, and we might do a live swatching Sundays in like 2 weeks or something like that. And we can sort it 2 or 3 weeks, because I'm going to be in Mayo next weekend, because I haven't been back at home in a few months. So I'll go and see the famalam and be like, hey, I am still alive, hooray. But anyways, my friends, thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate, Sheila, of course I got the 2 Sugar Rocks. I'm an idiot. And I will say I've been talking about the brand for ages, and I've missed out on all of their previous launches, and I just apparently lost my mind and bought the 2. So I feel like that should be part of my psych file at some point, of like, Teresa is clearly incapable of living by herself, because these are the things that she does when she's left unsupervised. But I'm happy, and isn't that all that really truly matters? Yes, I am back in Wexford. I have been back since March, April, February, something like that. Yes, February was when I came back. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I so appreciate it, and I will see you in another one. Ooh, buttons I am pressing. Also, yay, monthly lives. Daniela, you've been a member for 16 months. My goodness, there you go. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go. As I said, Wilma has a live at 6 p.m. I've said this a few times throughout this today. Go join her. I'm going to do some grocery shopping, and I will be back in time for her live, so I'll be probably within the comments. So do come and join us for that. And I will see you guys on that live later if you're there, and if not, in another thing. But thank you so much. Love you lots, and bye. Yeah, 6 p.m. Irish time. So basically 2 hours from now. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time. I had to do the math, but yes, in 2 hours. So I'm going to do very quick grocery shopping and come back. Oh, you'll be using, I was literally saying it to Joe that you would probably have the Medusa palette, so he could see that. Fantastic. Perfect. Right. Well then, my loves, I shall see you again, and I love you lots.